So today is our first Appy Hour of the semester, and we're going to talk about health and wellness apps. And let me introduce myself. My name is River. I'm a graduate assistant from the ADP Center for Learning Technologies. Jihan is going to be joining me today. She will be, if you have any questions, feel free to write it in the chat and she'll kind of, either her or I will answer you. And then also additionally in the chat, I left a picture of pretty much everything that we're going over. So you can take that with you. And yeah, that lists basically a summary of everything that we're going to go over. So let's get started. Okay. So today we're going to talk about the health and wellness apps, and basically the benefit, there's so many benefits of these apps. They're really useful. And, you know, of course, it's depending on what app we're talking about. They all have different functions, but in general, these are usually used to get better sleep, to manage any chronic pain that we have going on, lower stress levels, prevent depression, relapses, reduce anxiety, so on and so forth. There are so many different functions that they can have depending on whatever the app is. So first we're going to discuss these 5 apps. There's Headspace, MyFitnessPal, Sleep Booster, Nike Training Club, and Grateful. And we're going to go over each of them. So first, let's discuss Headspace. So Headspace is basically just this mindfulness meditation app. They use research to further their expertise on the topic. And this is their vision kind of over here. They say, you know, there's 2,000 meditation apps, but Headspace is one of the only ones that are committed to advancing the field of mindfulness meditation through clinically validated research. So they do research and experiments on the product and then tailor it to whatever works better for the user. This is pulled from their site. Users who use Headspace, they report less stress, more focus, and then easier teamwork. So yes, so what does it do? There's many different functions. They, you know, when you first, I'm going to show you guys each of them too. When you first log on, they show you a wake up video, and that kind of, like, for me at least, I mean, all of these apps I use actively or I have used. And, you know, when I first wake up, I'll either check my phone, check my emails, shut my alarm clock off. But, you know, and sometimes I'll go straight to social media, which is a really bad habit that I'm trying to break. But I actually just discovered this while, you know, putting this together. They have a wake up video, which is really nice. And it kind of, and I'll show everyone, but it kind of just might be a nice way to start your day rather than just going straight to, like, check whatever notifications you have going on. They also have different meditations to either start or end your day. They have stories, music, and so much more that you can use to fall asleep or just even throughout the day you can use it. They also have workouts, but they're very limited. I think they only have one. And then also they have meditations or music specifically designed to help you focus. So I'm going to share with you guys what it actually looks like. So just give me 1 second. Okay, you guys can see this, right? Okay, I'm gonna take that as a yes. So this is the wake up video that I was talking about. You can watch it here and it's really cool. It like kind of goes over different topics each day. So today it's about Japan. And it's just really relaxing. So then if we go to meditate down here, over here, this is kind of where you can select which meditation you want to do. So my recent is the basics. You can select if you want a male or a female voice. There's different techniques like body scans, focus attention. Then there's another one, basics 2 over here. It's a 10 to 15 minute course. And then you kind of, as you go, you deepen your practice, or like you level up kind of. And you can also download them so you can listen to them even if you don't have internet. Then if we wanted to look at the sleep, so this is a sleep cast. It specifically is designed to help you fall asleep or kind of meditate or relax before going to bed. And then down here, same thing with the meditate page too. If you scroll down, you can take a look at each different ones. The ones that have locks on them, like over here, these ones you have to pay to upgrade, but they have like 1 or 2 that are free, and usually, honestly, those are pretty good enough. And it's the same for the nighttime ones. Next, we have Move. They don't really have much of a selection, free at least, selection workout videos, but they have one right here. It's 30 minutes long, so you can use that if you like. And then they have more selections down here again. And then for Focus, they have this 95-minute playlist, I guess, with a bunch of songs, and it's specifically designed to help you focus, and it's kind of just really relaxing music. Let me see if I can play a little bit. I think it's the same one every time though. So yeah, it's pretty relaxing. So go back. Okay, so I'm gonna go over the cost and just my personal take of it. So the cost is, it's free, but then there's of course an upgraded version where you can pay to, like, all those little locks, you can unlock them, and it gives you a much wider library to choose from. But annually it's $70, which is kind of expensive. Monthly it's $12.99, so it ends up being more expensive than if you were to do the annual. However, there is a student plan. It's only $10 per year. So if you are a student, or even if you know someone who has a student email that doesn't want to buy it, you might be able to use theirs. But then there's also a family plan. It's $100 for 6 accounts. So my review of it, I would give it an 8 out of 10. There's not a huge selection of free meditations. That's kind of something that I wasn't a huge fan of. However, it might not be necessary if there is one that you do really like, and you can kind of just use that as a part of your routine. So you might not necessarily need a whole library of things. If you really like the body scan, you can do the body scan every night and every morning when you wake up, and just kind of go off of that. Next, we have MyFitnessPal. So this is basically just like a nutrition tracking workout. Like it's a place where you can track your goals. So their vision, it says, take control of your goals, track calories, break down ingredients, and log activities with MyFitnessPal. So what you can do is you keep a food diary. It's really cool. I'm going to show you this app too, but basically you can scan barcodes. So say, for example, you're eating oatmeal in the morning, and there's a little barcode on it. You can scan it, and it'll tell you how many calories. It will literally plug in all the nutrition facts. And then also you can go back to your recents, and if you have the same breakfast every morning, just plug in, click that, it'll already be there ready for you. And then there's of course advice, tips, support, some information there. So let me just go back. Okay, yeah, so basically there's food analysis, nutrition and calorie tracking, exercise tracking, and more. And that's the free version. So Let me share with you guys my screen again. So this is what the home screen looks like. And when you first create your account, it will ask you, how are you male or female? How much do you weigh? What's your age? How active are you? How much water do you drink? It asks you all those questions, and then it kind of asks you, if you want to lose weight, how much weight do you want to lose? Over here it says something about net carbs. I'm not too familiar with all that. I know some people track their macros and stuff, but I don't. But if you wanted to, that's an option. So my goal was 1350. I realize it's a little bit low, but either way, it basically does the formula for you. So if we go from home and then we go to this plus sign down here, you can add your weight, water, food, status. I think it's also like a network that you can connect with people on, food or exercise. So for example, if I wanted to track food and I had breakfast, let's say it says tap here to create foods, recipes, and meals. So if you, use the same, for instance, you make pasta, but you make your own sauce, you can input exactly how much you're using. If you want to track down to, how many calories the sauce is, or how many carbs your tomato, like the tomato sauce that you use has. You can add that and then use that same, if you make the same dinner, use that and then just click on that next time. So history shows all the foods that you've logged, and you can add it to your diary. And then you can sort like either your most recent or your most frequently or when it was created. So for example, if I wanted to search for food, and let's say I had a banana for breakfast, it says raw banana, 126 grams. And then it shows you how much carbs, how much fat, and how much protein. And then it'll tell you like what percentage of your daily goals you've reached, like for example, with the calories. As you can see, the carbs, fat, and protein are locked, and you'd have to go to premium. So unless you're like super into tracking exactly how much you've used up of these, you can just use the free version and get how many calories you've used. So let's say, I had a banana. It will list it right here. Same thing for lunch, dinner, snacks, exercise, water, and then you can complete your diary for today. It's telling me I need to eat more. But so basically, you can track your progress. So it currently says, let's say I'm 62 kilograms. You can, of course, change that to pounds too. But basically, these are my entries. So May 7th, I was 55 kilograms. You can also add a picture there. So if you want to track like what you look like, you can put that there. And then let's see, you can select from like 6 months ago how much you were, and just kind of use it as you can just track your progress all over here. And then there's more, a lot more that you can kind of just go through on your own, but like you can take a look at your goals, your current weight versus your goal weight, what your weekly goal is. So lose 0.8 kilograms per week. I don't know why it's on kilograms, but again, you can change that to pounds somehow. And then your fitness goals, for example, 3 workouts a week. You can change it to however many you want, So, and then how many minutes you want to work out each day. So that's that. So what does it cost? It's free. So everything that I just showed you guys is all free, except for like the little locks, with the tracking the macros or the carbs and stuff like that. If you're not too into it, I don't think you really need it. I wouldn't suggest purchasing it, but if you did want to, it's like $50 annually, or it's $10 monthly. Clearly the monthly is much cheaper, but the premium includes nutrition tracking, macro tracking. You can get fitness plans from coaches. You can customize your home screen. There's meals and recipes, ad-free experience, you know, all that kind of stuff. And honestly, it sounds like people who are super into fitness probably pay for the premium. But honestly, I would give it a 9 out of 10. The only reason why it's not a 10 is because the home cooked meals are kind of hard to track, but it does give you the option to kind of create a meal. And you can, you know, if like, for example, you've meal prepped for the week, and then you can say, okay, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I'm having the pasta with the low carb pasta with the tomato sauce or something. You can just hit that preset choice. Oh, I forgot to show you guys how to use the barcode. So that's also very, a really handy tool. So when you add it, there's the barcode. Okay. They changed some stuff around. Okay, there we go. So if I wanted to add it, right? Say I have this oatmeal that I have every morning. It comes in like a Quaker oatmeal. It comes in that little bowl thing. You can just go to add food. Then over here, you can either search for your food up here, or you can hit this button over here, and that allows you to scan for your barcode. So for instance, I have this water. It just scanned it, I hovered over it, and it tells me, I mean, obviously water has 0 calories, but you know, it adds it to there. So yeah, so basically if you're just using it for calorie tracking and viewing your progress, I would say the free version is pretty sufficient. Next is Sleep Booster. This is one of my favorite apps. I actually use it every night. It's great. So their vision is basically just an app that it's supposed to help you overcome sleep problems, or kind of just get into a good routine and have good sleep hygiene. So it says, unlike sleeping pills, it helps to eliminate the underlying causes of sleeping problems and develop better sleep habits. So what does it do? There's a sleep ritual that you know, you can do. You can select what you want to be a part of your ritual. So first you can start off with breathing, then it goes into story and meditation. Then you can fall asleep to a calming sound. And what it will do, if you want it to, it can track your snoring and voice tracking. And then also it has a smart alarm, which will help you. It will help wake you up during a time that is best within your sleep cycle. So you're not waking up during stage 4 or REM sleep, but it'll kind of wake you up when you're in a lighter sleep, like in stage 1 or stage 2. And then it will also track your highlights as well as your trends. So, you know, what time you went to bed versus what time you woke up and how many hours you slept. And then there's also other functions such as dream interpretations and then energy and sleep boosting programs. So it provides you with education as well, which is pretty cool. Again, I love this app. I think it's very handy, and it helps me get into a really good sleep hygiene, because sometimes, you know, I'll go to bed late. It'll also remind me. It sets a timer, and it'll be like, hey, you know, it's 11:30. You should probably go to bed, which I think is very helpful, because sometimes I'll tend to stay up. So this is what the page looks like when you first get on there. This is the routine, or the ritual. So for me, I really like the breathing. I'll tend to skip the story and meditation, but if you want it, you can add that in there. And then I always fall asleep to a calming sound. So my favorite is Heavy Rain. I think it's really relaxing. And then you can select the duration. So you can do 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, or you can even have it go the whole night and wake up to it, really. So obviously you'd want to plug your phone in so it doesn't die. But then there's also favorites, and then there are soundscapes. So just to give you an example of what it sounds like, let's do Heavy Rain. is what it sounds like. So you can select what you want to be a part of your ritual and customize it. So again, I usually do the breathing and the calming sound. On top of that, there is a snore and voice tracking. So like if you're snoring, it will kind of, I'll show you guys in a second, but it kind of puts it on a graph and it'll tell you exactly when you snored, and it listens to you sleep, which is kind of weird, but it can be helpful. And then there's a smart alarm. It with the voice tracking, it kind of determines when you are in your deep sleep versus your light sleep. And I think also if you leave it on your bed, it tracks the motion too. So, you know, if I want to wake up anytime between 10:30 and 11, it will wake me up sometime between those times. So it will wake you up softly in the lightest sleeping phase. And you kind of feel more refreshed, because if you wake up during stage 3 or 4 sleep, you're in such a deep sleep and then you wake up and you're like, whoa, what's going on? But if you wake up during stage 1 or 2, you feel a little bit less groggy and more refreshed. And then also you can change the melody that you want to wake you up with. And then if we were to start it, this is kind of what it looks like. Breathing, and then you can kind of just skip to like what you want to go to. And then when you complete your ritual, it will show in your highlights and your trends. So for instance, let's see, today's Thursday. So last night I slept 8 hours and 38 minutes. I went to bed. I went to bed at 1 a.m. and then I woke up at 9:42. So, you know, a little bit later than I hoped, but then it'll say, you know, how much I snored for, if I did. And I guess right now it says that I snored because I'm talking probably. But then if we go to our trends, then we can see how much we slept. And then it'll kind of give you a graph over here, telling you like what time you went to bed, you know, and that way, you know, if you're going to sleep later, you can just be like, oh, I went to sleep pretty late, and it kind of keeps you accountable. And then woke up, sleep duration. And then on the For You page, it kind of shows you, like, for instance, if I had a dream about birds, it'll give you some cool information about, you know, what that means. Death, for example, gives you some kind of explanation for that, which I think is cool. And then it does the same thing with energy boosting and sleep. And it will just kind of give you tips to have better sleep hygiene, or just come up with a program. And it's all free, which is really cool. So that's why I really like Sleep Booster, because I think it's really handy, and it's almost all free. If you want to upgrade just to have more sounds, you could pay $40 and just get 6 months. But again, I don't think upgrading is necessary because it gives you a pretty wide range. And honestly, I give this app a 10 out of 10. It's really helped me and impacted my life in a positive way. Next is the Nike Training Club. So this app is basically about fitness. If you're into working out, it will help you with your fitness goals. It basically, you can train at home, in the gym, or, you know, outside. And it teaches you things such as body weight sessions, yoga flows, cardio, HIIT classes, and even full equipment gym workouts for all kinds of fitness levels. So what it does exactly is that it has these workouts, and it's super easy to follow along. There's videos. You can do it at home or in the gym, and you can do it with or without equipment. It lets you select from muscle group, types of workouts. There's different programs that you can join. There's activity tracking. So if you worked out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it will show you on a graph that you worked out those days. There's nutrition tips, blogs, and then there's also a shop, because it's a part of Nike. So if you want to buy things, but most people don't. I don't really use it for that. So if we go to the app, So this is what it looks like when you first get there. This, you can also input your age, your weight, your personal demographics. You can find friends to connect with if you choose to do so. But there's a lot of information, a lot of blogs, but mainly this is what I used to use it for. I mean, if you can look at my activity, there's not one work. There's nothing there because I haven't worked out with this app at least in a really long time. But if you wanted to work out, you would hit the workouts tab. You can browse by muscle group, abs and core, arms and shoulders. So it's divided it up for you. Workout focus, if you want to do yoga, if you want to do strength, or if you want to start off with equipment, and it breaks it down very simply if there's no equipment, full equipment or basic. Then as you can see, there's trainer-led classes and then other workouts that you can do that are premium, so you would have to upgrade. But let's just, for instance, if we're going to do an ab workout, right? Let's do, or you know what? Let's do abs and arms. So it will show you all of the workouts that you need to do down here. So this is the whole workout plan, and it's really cool because it physically shows you how to do it with a video. It shows you proper form. You know, for some people who don't know how to do certain things, like I don't know how to do a lot of these activities or exercises, so it breaks it down for you. And then you can also, like, let's say if I was to download, and I'm gonna start it. It kind of, it will check it off for you once you're done with it. So, and workout. And then it'll also tell you up here how long it will take, the intensity and like the level for it. Other than that, there's different programs that you can purchase. They're all premium, but there is such a big selection of things that you can do. Like if we select all workouts, there is 400. Oh, I don't know why it's going there. There we go. Okay, it's really delayed, but there are 412 workouts altogether. And then there's a shop, which we won't even get into. So cost and review, it's free. Again, there's in-app purchases for like the trainer-led workshops and then other videos, but you know, I don't think it's necessary. I give it an 8 out of 10. It's kind of overwhelming, I think, especially if you don't know where to start, if you're not very familiar with working out. But it is a really good way to stay organized, and you can track how many days you've worked out and hold yourself accountable. And also, I really like the videos, and it shows you exactly how to do it, what the proper way to do it. And also, Gregory, I see that you wanted the name of the sleep app. If you look up here, there's a screenshot. There's a picture of all of the apps that I've covered if you want to save that, just in case like you might forget or you didn't get to write it down. They're all listed right here. So I'll open it just so you can see. They're all listed right here. And if you know you somehow forget to take a picture or something, I can always email it to you. Just reach out to me at the end of this. Last but not least, grateful is a gratitude journal. I think it's so important to be grateful and count our blessings every day, especially with, you know, what's going on now. We're living in very unprecedented times. But so Grateful's vision is, they say that according to researchers at Harvard, gratitude helps people feel more positive emotions, relish their good experiences, improve their health, deal with adversity, and build strong relationships. So gratitude is super important. And this particular app was created to make expressing gratitude in your life both easy and fun, as well as to remind you that during those down moments of the many blessings in your life that you've documented in Grateful. So why Grateful? These are just a couple of the benefits of keeping a gratitude journal. Increase clarity and appreciation of your life, super important. Focus on what truly matters, and just a reminder of your many blessings. So what is a gratitude journal? What it does is that it reminds you to have these daily reflections. So you can set a timer and it'll remind you at whatever time you select, hey, write in your gratitude journal. Don't forget. There's also custom or starter prompts. You can take pictures and incorporate them in there. And then you can also browse your past entries, which is cool. So it's like if you want to relive a certain day, like, oh, New Year's, right? I wrote down all my blessings. So you can go to that, you can go to January 1st and click on it, and it will show you what you had written down. Go back. And then also you can track it. So let's share what it looks like. So when you first get there, this is what it looks like. So today during my lunch, I filled out a prompt. I took a picture. This is just on the main street in my town. And the prompt was, what made me laugh? And I wrote lunchtime. You can also edit it, I believe. But this is what it looked like when I had entered it. So I type here, you know, lunchtime, great lunch. You can enter a tag, and if you want to say, like, if you want to track certain entries with this tag, you can do that. And then save. And then these settings, they explain it. So if you want to set a reminder, it will tell you, you know, if you snooze it, you select how much you want to snooze it for. You can sort your journal by your date, your tag, your prompt, or just randomly. You can also, let's see, you can organize it with colors. There's a certain spot where you can basically select what kind of prompts you want to do. So, okay, let's say, so for example, I hit this plus sign right here. It asks me, so this is the prompt, what made today a good day? And then I would write whatever made it a good day. And then you can use this, you can type notes here, you know, if you want to add something different. And then here, so this button down here, this allows you to select, you know, what day. So today was Thursday, the 24th. But if I had written September 1st, it will take me to there. I haven't written, today was the first day that I actually used it because someone had suggested it to me. So this app is pretty new to me as well. But it would take me there. So if we want to customize our prompts or select what kinds of prompts we want, you would just select it here on the settings page, customize prompts. So these are the prompts that they give us. What are you grateful for? What made you smile? So on and so forth. But if you wanted to create a custom prompt, something that you want to ask yourself every day, or something to just kind of remind yourself, you can hit this plus button right here and it will allow you, oh, never mind. That is something that you would have to pay for. So this takes me back to my presentation. So the cost, okay. So if I wanted to upgrade, it would be $12 for a year. Unfortunately, with the free version, you only get 15 entries. And again, this app was suggested to me, and kind of when I was doing my research, it kept popping up and it looked really, really nice. If you upgrade, you can also export your journal entries in a PDF, and you can kind of keep track, like if you wanted to print it out and create like a physical journal, that would be cool. There's also data backups, and then you can do your custom prompts. Review, I gave this a 6 out of 10. It's a really good concept, but again, 15 entries I don't think are enough, like especially if you're trying to do it every day. Also, I feel like it seems a little bit too simple, and I wish there was kind of more diversity with the prompts. Like if, you know, there's only like 10 prompts that they give you, and I don't know if, I mean, I guess that could be enough, like if you really like one or two, but I think having a larger selection would be nicer. But I think the concept is great. And, you know, if you like it, you can, $12 isn't too expensive. And I think it's doable. So yeah, thank you. If you have any questions, we can talk about them now. If not, this is, this is from the ADP Center. If you want to visit, this is our website. If you have any questions, this is our email, and then we also have Instagram and Twitter.